Gotta get the bag, gotta get the bag. Ain't no need to lag, ain't no need to lag. Yeah, gotta chase the bag, gotta chase the bag. Ain't no need to lag.
What's up? Welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab. Today we are live on Twitter and YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, drop those comments, everything like that. I can see it just like I can see the people that are watching on YouTube as well. If you are watching on Twitter, please do me a favor, retweet, share the show, help me grow this bad boy. If you like what you see, come over to YouTube at Lunchtime in the Lab. You'll be able to interact in the chat, talk back and forth, and it's a little easier for me to see. And then you will not miss a show live every day at 11:30 on YouTube, not live every day on Twitter. We also have the Boys of Spring podcast coming up. Maybe record it tonight, maybe do it tomorrow. I've got to reach out to Ty still, but we have the UFL gambling podcast called the Boys of Spring, like I said. Anyhow, we'll get into it today. What's up, TJ? It's Joey. We have the weather's not very good today. I don't bring any home run hitters to the table here. If you guys have any, we can certainly just like crowdsource it and put one together. Pretty good college baseball slate today, so I was pretty busy looking at that. really leading up all the way up. I feel like today there's just a lot of good stuff, I think, today, to the point where I feel I need to be a little careful. For those of you that are in the Discord, the Beer Money picks that I'm a part of, I try not to be exposed too much. So I don't want to I never put, 10 plays out. Shoot, I don't have more than 5 a lot of the times, but I tell you, there's probably a lot more than that I think I like today. So it's really trying to just like narrow that down. And sometimes that can be the hardest part, trying to be responsible and not give out, too many plays, and be the type to, celebrate a bunch of wins. And, I won 5 plays today, but I lost 12, so it's not that type. Realistically, I try to stick to about 5 units out, maybe 6. College baseball today, though, we got, the mega aces pitching today. We got your Hagen Smiths pitching. We got your Jamie Arnolds. We got your Trey Savage, however you say his last name. We got boy from Texas A&M that's super good. Chase Burns, I think, pitches today. I mean, you got the good aces today. Today's the day to make sure you're taking advantage of some college baseball. So that's going to be the first leg forward, in the Discord. And then hey, I've been telling myself, like, man, I just need to stick to college baseball Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sprinkle in some MLB if that's what we want to do, and to kind of like save myself some trouble. But I'll end up having a great day in college baseball and then watch MLB be goofy or something like that. Especially with like the weather. They don't have those metal bats. The ball doesn't fly as well as they do in college, I still have this weird little gray thing going in the corner. I don't know what it is. I feel like I need to get a new Ring camera. Like it's not bright enough anymore or something. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get into it. Get my notes pulled up here. Thanks for joining. Like I said, if you're on Twitter, do me a favor, retweet it for me. And come on over to YouTube as well. All right, today's Friday, 5/10. Before we get into today's plays, as always, take a look back and see what we did yesterday. We had ourselves a nice 2-in-1 day. In the podcast, I definitely found I tell you, even somebody, like myself that does this and is, I don't know if you want to consider me a quote unquote, professional or somebody at least knows what he's talking about. I still fall into the traps and I constantly have to remind myself to be careful about, certain things and everything. Days like yesterday always trip me up. You got 2, 1 o'clock games. We had a 3 o'clock game. We had a 5 o'clock game, a 7 o'clock game, a 9 o'clock game. And I want to bet on the 11, and then I want to bet on the 3, and then I want to bet on the 5. And then because it's like spread out. And then before I knew it, yesterday I started bad. And before I knew it, I was 0-2 yesterday. And I hadn't even got to my favorite play that I hadn't even given out yet. I decided just to wave the flag because, it is my responsibility to, try to be profitable. Or if I'm already, kind of struggling with something, maybe I don't want to keep going, but I really liked Blanco, that bad boy hit. And I had given out, stuff that, didn't obviously. So we constant reminder that we got to, adapt and learn from your mistakes and stuff like that. But yesterday we had Ronel Blanco over 16 and a half. He did finish at 17, man. That he was cruising. I posted it one. I didn't even realize that like he got pulled. He didn't even make it the full 18. So hopefully you guys got it at 16 and a half. Like I said, I'd feel comfortable taking up to 17 and a half, but he did actually get pulled at the 5.2. He blew up at the end of that inning. Mariners money line early up. Oh my gosh, like what in the hell happened to Logan Gilbert? He's obviously not broken. I'm sure he'll be perfectly fine when he comes back out next time, but man, like I even tweeted it, like he was getting hit. So was it Logan Gilbert? Actually, it wasn't Logan Gilbert. My second play, so I played that straight, lost. I also played Keaton Wynn for strikeouts. That dude just got hammered. Like he was getting every like second pitch, he would get they'd hit him, even foul out, ground out, or in that inning, it was literally every pitch, every other pitch, they were hitting a double, single, home run against them. Like the dude just got like just annihilated. Him and Logan Gilbert both got annihilated. Those are both pitchers that I decided to back early. So I was like, hey, like I'm gonna hop out of here. Like it's a weird slate. Like it's already been goofy. Let me just like lick my wounds and come back tomorrow strong, kind of thing. But anyway, Mariners money line, got wear that one on the chin, unfortunately. Then Royals money line, easy win. Hindsight, obviously, I wish I would have used that for the early up. It would have been probably the smarter route. I did feel really good about the Royals. It was certainly a play I would have played later on if the day went well in the Discord, but unfortunately, I find myself doing that, and then I got to stop that. I got to give out what's best instead of trying to maximize the full day. Just, realistically just roll with what I think is the best bet or whatever. So we'll move into today. Like I said, weather's not fantastic. It's also not, terrible. The rain is certainly a little bit better today. If anybody had a home run hitter, definitely let me know, Twitter or YouTube. We can put that together at the end, and then, we can go ahead and get into it here. Real quick plug on Beer Money Picks again. We finally announced yesterday we got the MMA handicapper. Feezy's been on the show, before if you tuned in. I need to get him back on here again. But we go back, a couple years. I've known the guy, and we text pretty regularly, and it's excited to see the boy Feezy back with us. I mean, we've been boys for a while. We've both been doing this for about the same time. Coming from the old Discord that we were in, he became a capper about a week or so, I think, before I did. So we've been boys for a while. So it's nice to see him back. So the Saturdays are going to be crazy again, and just a lot of value in the Discord. So link in the bottom there. If you're watching on Twitter, link at the top. You can check it out. Promo code May30. Actually got a 30% going, all caps May30. Use one of those links and it'll work for you. TJ, I think I do like Ozuna as well. I was talking to one of the cappers in the Discord, trying to put together like a hit parlay and just player versus pitcher matchup. Actually, I pulled up. I mean, he's killed Ozuna. He's got a home run against him, but he bats 458, 11 hits on 27 appearances. Solid. I'm sure he's pretty juiced for a hit, but we're kind of the two builder type style guys kind of talking there. Ozuna's probably a good look, though. I certainly would agree with that. All right. Here we go. Phillies minus 1.5 for the first play here. Man, I feel really good about this one. Before we get into it, let's back up for a second. Before we get into it, I feel like, I don't know if Chuck's in here or not. People get busy on certain days and everything. We have, some pretty lopsided lines or whatever. The Red Sox minus 210. You got Dodgers minus 180. And then we got the Phillies. What are the Phillies? Well, I lost them. Minus 184. Feel really good about like a 2-leg money line. If you are in the Discord, like I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do that tonight or sacrifice putting that more towards because there's always going to be money line plays in the MLB. College baseball, we got about a month until the playoffs start, I think. And then realistically, after the playoffs, you get into some harder, I'm taking advantage of these lopsided matchups. I don't even know how well college baseball, this is really the first year I've messed with college baseball. So I don't really know how those playoffs are going to go, but really like the Phillies money line today. I think you could probably put that with the Red Sox. You got yourself a plus 127. Red Sox bats are a little scary though, so Dodgers, I think, are going to be a really good look against The Padres, the Dodgers bats have really good experience, really good familiarity against the Dodgers. We'll talk about that game in a second, though. Dodgers and Phillies might be like a solid parlay, plus 140 on that. Both of those are away teams, so obviously that's not fantastic. Phillies didn't look great last time. We'll talk about the Phillies in a second. But like I said, Dodgers and Phillies for a two-leg money line would probably be my go-to today for those of you that are asking. And just to get another common question out of the way, the early up promo. Kind of quickly going through here, I am a big fan of the Cubs. Although that's not like the first thought that I had or whatever. The Cubs would probably be a good look for early up. Honestly, the Guardians, I mean, Garrett Crochet is supposed to be the better pitcher, but I don't know how I overly feel about that, to be honest. Guardians might not be a bad look for it. Royals, TJ, if that's what you're meaning, the Royals for early up down there. Griffin Canning, did pitch well against the Phillies last time out, but he's not that good. And if you're wanting some action, something pop plus money, man, I got a feeling about the Athletics. The plus 130, Brian Wu pitching for the first time this year was okay last year, kind of, off and on. But I tell you though, I do remember though, Paul Blackburn away, pretty bad ERA. He's actually a better pitcher at home, so probably scratch that. Royals, I like the Royals probably for the early up, minus 118, some pretty good solid money there. Alec Marsh coming off the injured list, so he may have a short leash, but like I said, Griffin Canning, did pitch well last time, but he's not that good of a pitcher in my opinion. So I feel good about that one. That's probably what I would run for the early up. That's probably what I would do in the Discord if I were to do it. Once again, kind of playing like a lot of my plays would be probably done by the time that happens. So maybe I run it. If it ended up being a pretty average day, then maybe I skip it. So why does my hat look like it's so crooked? There you go. Is that straight? Got my Vikings camo hat on. All right. Anyway, let's get into plays here. Phillies minus 1.5, looking at minus 125, minus 122 on DraftKings. So it's all over the place. Yeah, TJ says the Royals are so much better. They should be a minus 200. It's got to be just because they're away, but I mean, it's not like they just traveled in or anything like that, So I think the Royals are probably another really good look today. They're a pretty good ball team. Anyway, Phillies got Ranger Suarez on the mound. Dude's been fantastic. He's won all but one start, and that was actually his first start. He had a no decision. He's 6-0 with a no decision with his first start. Dude's been fantastic. 1.72 ERA. He's actually got a 1.29 ERA away. So you don't have to worry about him being like a home dominant pitcher or anything like that. The dude's been solid everywhere you look. And the Phillies offense has just been really good. They, of course, they didn't look all that great last week. Well, I don't even know how many. What was that? Wednesday, actually. We were on their team total. They did score 3 runs. They just weren't hitting runners in scoring position. Man, shoot, they just weren't hitting at all. They had like one hit through the 6th inning or something like that. A lot of walks. But I think I would hope that they turn it back around. Maybe they're missing Trey Turner, but I think offensively, they're a much, much better team, and they have the much, much better pitcher. Marlins have Trevor, if I'm not mistaken, is his first name? Yeah, Trevor Rogers. 0-5, 6.15. He is on the reverse. He's on the polar opposite of Ranger Suarez. He has actually lost 4 straight games for the Marlins there. He's received the loss in 4 straight games. He's given up 8, 3, and 5 runs in his last 3 starts. What's that math? 16 runs in his last 3 starts. That's tough. And this Phillies team is certainly a team I talk about all the time, backing the teams that you trust. This is for sure one of the teams that I trust. I feel good about it. He hands it off to a bullpen then. When Trevor Rogers does get pulled, ultimately, the guy doesn't go longer than 5 innings. He gets pulled, in the 4th inning or early 5th, a lot of the times because he's in trouble. He's banged up. They got to get him out of there. He hands it over to a bullpen that gives up the 6th most home runs and has the 5th highest bullpen ERA. So across the board, the Phillies have the advantage here. I would expect Ranger to go 7 innings or so if possible. The Phillies bullpen is getting better. They're not great, but I don't think they're going to be in a situation where it's going to be a real tight game. It would have to be like an epic meltdown for them to lose this one. So I feel really good about the Phillies. -1.5, playing that bad boy straight. If I didn't have so much action in the Discord, this would probably be a straight play for me as well. But I'm to the point here. Luckily, all the games kind of start late, so probably get out my handy dandy notebook here. It's purple, go figure. But kind of write down all the plays that I think I like, and then kind of just see, kind of put pen to paper, visualize it, get it out of my head. This is what I like. This is what I kind of like. How many units am I going to have out, and just be careful with it. Like, I wish I was the type of guy that gave out 12 plays a day. That's just not me. My plays are all for one unit. Imagine having that bad of a day. I mean, I couldn't recover. My job is to be profitable and be good. I started. It was about 4 or 5 days into the month. I was up 3 units for the month. Feeling good. We got a good start after a rough April. Then I had an 0-3 day, and then boom, I'm broken even again. So a guy like me who doesn't hit lottos or any of these big, like, oh, I just went up 10 units today. It's hard to recover for those days. So we have to be guys like me who's betting a full unit every time does have to certainly be careful. Although, of course, we hit that plus 210 on the White Sox the other day, which was a half a unit play. But, anyway, happy Patrick Corbin Day to those that celebrate. You probably knew this play was coming. I wake up in the morning and I go and see who's pitching. Patrick Corbin's pitching. All right, cool. Let's run it. We're running the team total for the opposite team over 2.5 in the first 5. I don't care who's playing. I don't care generally what the number is unless it's juiced to hell. And then I got to, find a little juice reducer if I have to. But let's get after it. Patrick Corbin is for sure one of the pitchers that I'm fading. Unfortunately, some of the guys that I was fading have ended up hurt. Kyle Freeland has been hurt. Kyle Hendricks has been hurt. I haven't seen Adrian Hauser in a minute, but that dude's pure fade material as well. I don't know what happened with him. But Patrick Corbin Day, dude's got a 6.45 ERA. He's given up this number in every single start but one. Of course, that was against the Dodgers. And then I hopped off for a second. He had pitched well against the Dodgers. I've told this story, I know 100 times, it seems like, but then he went up against the Marlins, and I was like, Patrick Corbin's going. I'm not going to play it. I want to see him be bad again. I don't trust the Marlins. What happened? The Marlins put up 6 runs in the first inning. It was an effortless cash that I missed out on, that you guys missed out on. He's given this number up, like I said, in every start but one. I am going to bet against Patrick Corbin every day, unless we get to the point where we lose multiple in a row, right? Or he's going up against the Mariners, maybe. The Mariners offense is just god awful. But the Blue Jays offense is also not very good. And the Blue Jays bats were able to drop on him. And I actually skipping ahead on my notes here, but he's given up 3, 7, 0 to the Dodgers, 5, 7, 4, and 4 within the first 5 this year. His one good start against the Dodgers, like I said. I have certainly learned, like I said, learned my lesson. You got the Marlins. They were able to jump all over them, although I do think the Marlins' first 4 is actually pretty good. The Blue Jays were able to drop 3 on them. That was the only 3 they had. In fact, they completely blew up Kikuchi's start, and they ended up losing that game. Like I was so mad. I remember where I was. I was actually walking home from like a friend's house that lives in the addition. I remember almost turning the corner, seeing the bullpen give up 8 runs in 2 innings. I'm not a huge fan of this Red Sox team. I feel like offensively, they just don't produce, unfortunately, as much as I would hope they do. So I'm not a fan of backing them, but I'm a fan of fading Patrick Corbin, and that's all I gotta say. That's all I really gotta say about the bet. Feel good about it. I'm looking at a -120 on here. This is without a doubt. I just ran out of time. This will be a Discord play. Everybody knows what Patrick Corbin Day is. You bet against him. I don't care. I don't care. I've won enough money with him that if this does not hit, it's frustrating. It maybe that even sets the tone for the day. If Patrick Corbin Day doesn't hit, maybe the whole day goes to hell, but we'll run it. Patrick Corbin Day for the second play. Before we get into the third play, as usual here, guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Twitter, if you're watching this recorded, interact with it, somehow. If you are watching on Twitter and you're interested, you're watching it right now, or you come by this video, later on, and you're kind of skimming through and you get to this point and you like the content, you think I give a good analysis, I do put some work into the show here. Come on over to YouTube at Lunchtime in the Lab. Literally just pull up YouTube, search Lunchtime in the Lab, or youtube.com/Lunchtime in the Lab. It should pull you up. I've got like 806, I think it was, subscribers, trying to hit 1,000. Help me out, and come interact and stuff. Third play here. Boy, I jumped all over this play this morning, and the lines moved, but I'm okay with it for you guys. If you're in the Discord, you guys have a better value, in my opinion. And it's funny, I posted this play in the Discord, and somebody DM'd me and they said that calling our shot is on the Padres. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Pretty popular YouTube channel. Dude's got honestly 200,000 followers, and I've paid attention to him a little bit. They're literally negative every day, and I suppose I don't mean that to be rude, but I don't see how they're on them today. And I don't wonder if that's why this line makes a little more sense. Why the line doesn't make sense, because their huge following is running to bet the Padres, when that does not make any sense to me. Literally no sense. So what I did today, what I have for you guys today, is the Dodgers' first 5 team total. I also said, like I said, if you are not a fan of this, so it's sitting at plus 124 right now. If you're not a fan of this, I do think the Dodgers win this game today. So maybe we take the Dodgers and the Phillies money line. That's not a bad, 2-leg money line. Also think the Braves probably have a pretty good shot against Quintana there. Not a solid pitcher. But anyway, what I did in the Discord is, though, I woke up and this was at over 1.5 for the Dodgers. And I was like, that just doesn't make any sense. So I dropped it with the reasoning that I had here, and I ended up putting it with Trevor Rogers to not get a win. And it pulled that down from a minus 160 to a minus 104. So that's what we're running in the Discord. We're looking for just 2 runs in the Discord. I do feel okay running this at 2.5 at plus 124. The Dodgers are hitting the second most home runs in the league. They're going against Michael King, who, guess what, gives up the most home runs in the league. He's actually tied for the most, but it's also another pitcher on the Padres, which is crazy, Joe Musgrove. He's tied for the most home runs given up in the league at 10. This Dodgers team is just too damn good, and they're still on the West Coast, so we don't have to worry about travel. They're much better at home, but they're still within their area. Certainly, we don't have to worry about them being on the East Coast or the South or anything like that. They are essentially still at home, as they're still in their time zone, everything like that. They're definitely a better home team, but away, I mean, they're no slouches either. Obviously, the Dodgers are coming along. Ohtani's coming along. You see Muncy's hitting the ball really well. Hernandez has been hitting the ball really well. I think I as much as I hate this Dodgers team because they lose me money, they are a good team, and they're just too good. And this pitcher is just throwing meatballs. And if he's throwing meatballs against the Dodgers are going to take a yard. I need just 2 runs in the first 5 innings. That is literally a walk and a home run. I think that this line, even look, what I got in the Discord, benefit of being in the Discord, over 1.5. Trevor Rogers not to get a win. Trevor Rogers has lost 4 straight games in a row. Ranger Suarez has won, what was it, 5 straight, whatever it is, 6 straight or something like that. Look, Trevor Rogers isn't going to get the win. I think it's a perfect juice reducer. I get on for 2. I have 2.5 at plus money. This should be 2.5 at minus 120, minus 130, to be completely honest. And if you also look at where is he at? If you look at the history that Trent is starting to talk about in the chat there, where's the fuck? That pass it? There it is. Teoscar Hernandez bats 300 with 17 at bats on him. Shohei Ohtani batting 444 with 3 home runs against the man. Max Muncy batting 400 with 1 home run. That's only 5 at bats, but that's okay. Let's see. Is Mookie is batting 2 for 6, batting 400 with 2 home runs. I mean, come on. Like, this line does not make sense. Why in the world is the guy that gives up the most home runs? Why is this at over 2.5 at plus 124? Why did I get this for only minus 160 in the Discord? And then I add in my little juice reducer to make it honestly a bet that I should have probably like laid into and hammered, to be honest. I probably should have put it for like a 2-unit play or higher. It just, the line absolutely does not make sense to me. I like the one. I like it a lot. It makes a lot of sense. Quan, do I like the Rangers? Yeah. I mean, Austin Gomber at home has certainly struggled. John Gray, I think, has had a halfway decent year. So I would certainly think that that the Rangers is probably a good look. Yeah, it's 2 and 5. 2 for 5. 2.5 ERA, I mean. Okay, recap here. I think my wife DoorDashed me like a sub from Elmo's. I don't know if you guys have Elmo's in your area. It's connected to like BP, Lasses Handy Dandy, whatever the hell you guys have around. Boy, they got some good subs though. Recap for today. Then we'll chat about some home runs real quick. And then I can get into trying to decide what the hell I'm going to do. I have so much in my head that I like. I gotta spread it out. Definitely like some college baseball. Got some college baseball coming. Probably I got a 2-unit play there that I love. I'll just wait on DraftKings to actually drop a line again. They had it this morning and it's gone. It's back. All right. It's juiced to hell though now. So I wonder if something happened. Minus 345. Holy shit. Okay. Phillies minus 1.5 for the first play. Second play, Red Sox first 5 team total. Happy Patrick Corbin Day. Third play is the Dodgers over 2.5 first 5 team total. If you feel weird about the plus money, I'll tell you what, Phillies and Dodgers money line does seem good. But I have not trusted the Dodgers to get a win in a minute. Although I guess that's a lie. I was on the Dodgers and the Braves the other day. But I mean, you also have Glasnow pitching, dude, solid. 6-1, right? 6-1 with doesn't he have like a sub 2 ERA or something like that? I'll tell you in a second here, huh? Dodgers. Oh, 2.7, sub 3. 2.7, not bad though. 2.7 ERA is a 6-1 record. He actually pitches 1.5 ERA away. That's what I meant to say. Tell me the Dodgers lose this game against Michael King, who gives up so many home runs. On FanDuel, you can take the Dodgers and the Phillies. Where'd they go? Right here. Plus 140. Tell me that doesn't feel like it's free. Somebody tell me that's not a great bet. I know it's like chalk and juice and whatever. I mean, that's the way I run it. You know, that's the way. I'd rather have an easy bet than a bad bet. Hey, Padres aren't a bad team. Phillies definitely feel like a comfortable bet. Padres solid team, but you gotta be aware of who's pitching. You can't just look at the team and say, I get that all the time. I get it all the time, like in the Discord, like people that are unfamiliar with baseball, or if you're betting the NFL and you're like, oh yeah, the Chiefs should win tomorrow because you're used to the Chiefs name. Sure, like that's fine. Understandably, Chiefs are a good team. Padres are a good team, but you have to be weary about who's pitching. Is Dylan Cease pitching? Then awesome. Is it Joe Musgrove or Michael King or what's it, Matt Waldron? All those guys who have been just getting demolished. Got to be careful. You can't look at the name. You have to look at the pitcher and the opposing pitcher. That is why baseball is so difficult. Best team in the league loses 50 games a year. All that information, like Dodgers should win this game. Dodgers will be the sweaty one. But I feel like the Dodgers and the Phillies money line for plus 140 is not a bad look at all. And then, like I said, with the early up, I think TJ nailed it. I think the KC money line for whatever the odds are against Griffin Canning. Griffin Canning, we'll pull him up here in a second. I'm on a handy dandy phone. The Yahoo Sports app has been always just so handy for me. I like it. 6.69 ERA. What's he at home? 6.75 at home, 13 runs given up. He's given up 11 runs given up, 16 runs given up away. 6.69 ERA. He's given up 2, 4, and he's given up 9 runs his last 3 starts. He did have a good start against the Guardians or just recently. Royals are tough. Marsh is tough. I don't know how well Marsh is going to pitch out of the injured list though, but I don't know what his injury was either. It's not like he had surgery or anything, I don't think. Okay, home runs real quick, guys. And then we'll get out of here since hey, dude, I'm just starving, and then I got some, other personal work I gotta do. All right. So somebody said, I think my boy TJ said Ozuna for a home run. I agree. What do they call him? The Bear? Something like that? What you got, TJ? Only major sports in North America where the defense starts with the ball and the first act of action is a negative one. In the sense where the pitcher throws the ball trying to get you not to hit it. Yeah, and you're trying to hit a ball that's flying at you at 90 miles an hour, and you have like a split second to decide if you're going to swing or not. And then when you swing, you also have to make contact. I tell you guys what, I feel like this. I haven't looked at like promos or anything. If there's like a same game parlay boost or sweat free or something, the Dodgers game could be a pretty solid little like lotto type game. There is one on FanDuel, so that absolutely makes sense. There's a 30% profit boost on baseball as well for FanDuel, a 3-leg same game parlay. Look, that no sweat on FanDuel, if you guys have it, I tell you what, I would take some Dodgers to hit a home run. I would do a parlay of just Dodgers to hit a home run, without a doubt. You got guys like Ohtani, who's hit 3 home runs against Michael King. You got Mookie Betts, who's hit 2 home runs against them. And Max Muncy's hit a home run against them. Hernandez has hit a home run against them. I mean, realistically, go to that game, pick out your favorite 3. Hit a home run. Ohtani 350, Mookie 400, Max Muncy 430. Boom, plus 9,841. It's sweat free. Why not? The Dodgers have been just fantastic. Dodgers have been hitting a ton of home runs. Let's look at ballpark power real fast. See what the weather is saying. See if we got to worry about any of that stuff. Oops. Plays. Bad weather at the Orioles game today. Wind blowing in, minus 28% chance of home run, minus 9% chance of home run at Petco Park today. That is a pretty friendly hitters park, though, to be honest. So it's not a great home run park. So that's probably why it's minus 9, just because of the park factors, in a sense. Not a lot of good environments. We do have wind blowing out at Angel Stadium again. Coors Field plus 11, just because it's Coors Field. Austin Gomber, not the best pitcher. So I'll tell you what, let's do. Look, no, generally it's 3 legs, TJ, for the same game. We can certainly add a Dodger to our lotto here today. But I will probably play like a Dodgers lotto home runs later on, probably. I think we need. I feel guilty taking Ozuna just because like the dude's leading the league in home runs and all that. But Jose Quintana, I mean, being a White Sox fan, I know about Jose Quintana. Dude's not the best pitcher. Matt Olson has actually a better chance to hit a home run today than Marcell Ozuna does. What is up with that? Has Matt Olson done literally anything recently? We got that righty-lefty matchup. Marcell Ozuna for the first leg, like it a lot. TJ. TJ said that one. I don't know if anybody else has anything. Trent mentioned, Ohtani and Mookie. I feel that we could do one of those if you wanted to throw it in here. I I was gonna say we need a Ranger today. I think we need a Ranger at the Rockies Field, Coors Field. Let's get a Ranger. Let's see pitcher versus batter versus Austin Gomber. See if we don't have anything good there. Actually, Nathaniel Lau and Lowe, whatever, and then Tavares has hit a home run. Adolis Garcia has faced him 10 times with no hits, 5 walks though. Jeez. Marcus Semien, 0 for 5. Corey Seager, 1 for actually not a very good pitcher versus batter matchup there, but just with the ballpark environment though, I feel like you got to take what's up, Paul? I haven't been on Corey Seager in a minute. Adolis Garcia does come through for us a lot. Let's see. Austin Gomber is a lefty. Let's look at that just really quickly to see who hits lefties better between Adolis and Garcia. And then we'll make our decision off of that. Okay. Adolis Garcia has a better batting average, but 2 of his 8 home runs have come against lefties, so that's not fantastic. Corey Seager, let's see what his home run power is versus lefties. Corey Seager's only hit 3 home runs this year, man. What's up with Corey Seager? Honestly. What about Marcus Semien? I said Adolis Garcia. All right, that's 2. We're at plus 2,000 right now. What's Griffin Canning? Is he a? Let's see, Perez. Salvador Perez has hit a home run against Griffin Canning. Do we run Salvi back? Yeah, hell yeah. He's hit 7 home runs against righties. Griffin Canning, he's hit a home run against Griffin Canning already. Perez has been hot-ish. I don't know what he did yesterday, but I say we run Perez back. Plus 11, 548. And then I would recommend doing what I said in the Dodger game just because, look, the dude's giving up the most home runs. The Dodgers are hitting the second most home runs. I say you run Ohtani, Betts, and Muncy. If you don't want to run Betts, which, man, he's a little wishy-washy sometimes. If you want to run like Ohtani, Muncy, and Hernandez, maybe. Hernandez is better, more of a lefty hitter, I feel like, though. Honestly, sometimes if you want to do the 3 legs, I've cheated in this way before. FanDuel, you could do Ohtani and Muncy to hit a home run. And if you need 3 legs, you can then also take Ohtani to get a hit, and that'll count as a leg, which obviously if he hits a home run and gets a hit. So then you can run a 2-leg that way with a no sweat and do it that way with just a 2-leg and still get probably like a plus 1,000 or something. And then it's a no sweat. So you could put a little more money on it than you normally would to kind of take a little bit of a shot that way, if that makes sense. But sometimes they don't let you do that. Sometimes they're a little like hip to the jive with it. So I would probably say Muncy, Ohtani, and Hernandez for a 3-leg on the sweat free. Like, why not? To be honest. So I like this way though. I'll be able to play Ozuna, Garcia, and Perez. I'll know hopefully going into the Royals game that we just need a Perez home run to hit our lotto. Guys, we've been 2 for 3 2 days ago. We went 1 for 3 yesterday, but I mean, like, we're there. I'm doing, what I'm doing makes sense. I think it's coming. And then shoot, if Ozuna and Garcia is cooked by then I can just run the Dodgers play. I mean, I'll probably just put it in the Discord. I probably won't put it on Twitter again. I hate to just keep putting out lottos. I mean, people follow them, but like at some point, people's gonna be like, "Man, this guy doesn't hit bets," So I don't want too many home run lottos. I don't want people to think that I suck, But all right, let's recap everything real quick, gang. I talked about it a lot. In terms of official podcast plays, it's going to be Phillies -1.5. We have Red Sox first 5 team total over 2.5, fading Patrick Corbin. Then it's the Dodgers first 5 over 2.5. Home run lotto, it's Marcelo Zuna, Adalis Garcia, and Salvador Perez. For the home run lotto, that's plus 11, 548. In terms of just a recommendation for the early up, I think that the Royals is probably a pretty good look. I think ultimately the Royals win that game. We got -118. I'm looking on just FanDuel. I don't know what it is on DraftKings, but I still think that's plenty of value there. I also kind of just quickly think about the Cubs. Assad has been a solid pitcher. Dude has not given up a lot of runs. That's a game that I feel like the Cubs should probably win, to be completely honest. So I feel the Cubs early up or KC early up. In the Discord, probably not going to run either of them because I've got too much other action. And then, like I said, for the 2-leg safe moneyline parlay, I do feel like the Phillies and the Dodgers for plus 140, put those together, I feel like is probably a pretty good look too. All those last things, all like unofficially, it's just kind of we're having a conversation kind of thing. I don't take credit for any of that. But I appreciate you guys. And yeah, see, somebody in the Discord's asking if I'd still run the 2.5 on the first 5 for the Dodgers, which I think I certainly still would. So I appreciate all you guys. Thanks so much for joining, seeing the normal faces. I'm seeing some newer faces here too, or some people I haven't seen in a minute. I appreciate it, guys. I said it all the time. Like, I'm grateful for it. Don't get me wrong when I'm talking about, like trying to get more and more people in here. I just want to obviously continue to grow and, one day have like a couple hundred people or something like that tuning in. That's definitely the goal. But for now, I appreciate you guys, and we'll keep grinding and moving on and everything. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow's Saturday, more than likely at 11:30. As sometimes we run, wife's off on the weekend. Sometimes we're doing stuff. We're actually going to a place called Black Canyon. It's a super nice like steak restaurant. Taking her there for Mother's Day. Because we got to go visit our own mothers on Sunday, So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys back more than likely live tomorrow at 11:30. Where's my button? There it is.